Hi there, this is Unmesh from PiXimperfect. How are you doing? Let us talk about the brand new features and updates in PiXimperfect Compositing Plugin. To launch the plugin, you already know that you need to go to Plugins. Inside of PiXimperfect Compositing, just open that up and it should open right up. If you don't already have the plugin and want to learn how to install it, I'll leave a link in the description of the video. It'll take you to an instructional video on how to do so. And if you wish to update the plugin, you'll see a notification right here. Or you can go to your Creative Cloud desktop app. Let me search that up for you. And inside of that, you need to go to, let's say you're in Home. You need to go to Stock and Marketplace, go to Manage Plugins, and right next to PiXimperfect Compositing, which is right here, you should see Update. Right now, I have updated it. I've installed it, so I don't see that. But you should see something like this. Once you click on Update, it will be updated. The first new changes we have had is changes to how high-res generative fill works. So let's say I were to expand this by pressing C for the crop tool, and let's expand it this way. And let's keep it square. And here we are going to choose the fill to transparent because we want the generation to be high quality. If you generate the whole thing at once, the resolution will be limited. So for right now, hit enter or return. So this area is transparent, right? So earlier, when you applied high-res gen fill with PiXimperfect Compositing plugin, it would start filling from the left corner, thus creating weird results sometimes. But with this one, you can go here. Let's select the box size, so 500 pixels by 500 pixels. And then we are going to click here because that's going to fill the transparent areas. Let's click there. And as you can notice, it will start here, start on the edge of the image, not from the other way around. Earlier, it would always start from this side on the left-hand side and go from there one by one. But right now, it always starts from the side of the image. No matter what side you expand on, it will always start from the edge of the image. Now, there is something that we are working on when it comes to expanding from both ends, and then it can create some issues. We are still working on that, so bear with us on that. But as you can see, it is starting from this end. Let's give it a bit of time, see what it does. Now, if we did want faster results, we could have gone with a 1000 by 1000 pixels box, and there's an option for that in the plugin. Right now, I'm going to leave it at that. If you want to stop this at any point in time, just hit the escape key, and it should stop. It will still make that group for you. If we had given it more time, it would have filled the entire thing. But just have a look at the quality. You cannot tell the difference between this quality and that quality. On the other hand, if you had filled the whole thing at once, the quality would be terrible. Even if you have a look right here, here's the original side, here's the after side, and the quality is very, very comparable. There may be weird things here and there, easy to fix. You can create a brand new layer, select something like the remove tool, and then just circle it out like so. And it should be. Give it a bit of time. Right now, the mode is set to auto, so it may use generative fill. You can turn off generative fill for the remove tool. And there you go. It did a pretty amazing job. If you were to keep it with generative fill off, maybe it would be faster. Is it faster? It's a bit faster, but the results are pretty good. So that's the change with how high-res generative fill now works, whether it is a selection or a transparent area. For example, if I were to select the lasso tool, right, and if I were to select this entire area randomly, like so, it will still start from the edge of the image. So I'm going to go right here and click on in here. Have a look. It is starting from the edge of the image, which is pretty fantastic. And you can take all the time in the world for this to work and fill the entire area. Now, Photoshop came up with a new feature to remove wires and cables very easily. All we have to do is to create a brand new layer, like so, to keep things non-destructive. Then we would have to pick the remove tool from here. If another tool was selected, you would have to click and hold and then pick the remove tool and then click on find distractions and then click on wires. I know I'm saying it like I'm complaining. This is much simpler now, but we have made it even more simpler in the plugin. You'll see now. By the way, this did a pretty amazing job. But with the plugin, you can do everything at one place. Now let's delete this layer and open our PiXimperfect Compositing plugin. Inside of the high-res gen fill section, you'll find another section called Find Distractions. Even if we have the background layer selected and another random tool selected, for example, like the Move tool, and then if we just click on wires and cables, it will do everything for you. It's going to create a layer for you. It's going to select the remove tool for you. It's going to click on find distractions, wires and cables, everything automatic. And it's going to do an incredible job. It's the same feature actually, just making it faster. Let's have a look. Here's the before, here's the after. This is a crazy, crazy change. I'm going to share with you one more time, before, after. And what's even more insane is that if you zoom in right here to these railings, here's the before. See, all of those chains are also gone. So that's something interesting. Anyway, you can always mask it in. That's up to you, but this is just something that makes stuff faster. Now you can choose your default preferences for generative AI on or off for all of these removals. So if you are in the remove tool, you can set generative fill to on, off, or auto. I usually leave it at auto. You can choose any tool you want, no matter where you are. And as you can see, there are a lot of distracting people here in this photo. I was taking this photo in Colorado. I think it's Colorado Springs. Please correct me if I'm wrong. I absolutely am 99% sure it is. Now let's click on people. It's going to create a new layer for you. Now this is going to be a bit different because it will give you the flexibility to select more people if it has missed out something. It's going to show you the current selection. If you're happy with it, all you have to do is to hit enter or return. There you go. It's going to do everything itself. You just have to sit back and relax. And done. And this is pretty fantastic, by the way. Here's the before, here's the after. Gone, just like magic. The other update is that we have done some improvements to the green screen and the blue screen removal. So to apply that, let's go to our plugin, and inside of chroma key section, let me close everything so it's clear. Inside of chroma key section, you'll find green screen and blue screen. Now, before we do remove green screen, I wanted to show you something. Have a look at the shoes right here. Parts of the shoe have also become green due to the reflection. Plus, the floor is not very clean and all of these areas have a lot of green in it. So just keep that in mind as we apply this. So I'm going to click on green screen and instantly it's just gone. So wonderfully gone. And not just that, have a look at several other areas like so. So this is how the image would look like had we just masked out the greens. But it also adds a color lookup table to remove the greens from the edges, actually the entire subject. So here's the before, here's the after. You see that? All of that removed. So whenever you have a green background, it does throw some light around the edges of the subject. So it is meant to remove that. Before, see all the greens around the edge? After. That fixes it. Also, let's have a look at the shoes. Some of the areas are removed because they were too green, but apart from that, here is the before. See all the green in the shoes? On the shoes actually, and here's the after. All of that wonderfully fixed. Now to fix the mask, it's not very difficult. Just select the mask right here, take the brush with white as the foreground color. With a soft round brush, just fill up these areas. Not a big deal. There you go. Similarly, you can do the same right here. Just fill up the areas that it has left out. And the greens from those areas are gone anyway due to the color lookup table. So that's how to work with that. And that's how to improve these masks. Now there are some additional areas. As you can see, if I hold the Alt key or the Option key and click on the mask button, you'll see some additional specks of dust here and there, easily fixable. With black as the foreground color, just erase those. As simple as that. And you can take your time to clean up the mask, clean up all of these areas. But apart from that, this is just so fast and easy. I'm going to paint a little bit right there. There you go. And hold the Alt key or the Option key and click on the mask again. And there we have the subject masked out. Now I wanted to share with you one more example with the blue screen for better hair masking. What to do then? Let's take a look at this one. We have a blue background, and if we go to our plugin, chroma key, if we click on blue screen, done. This is just fantastic, but it's not perfect. Let us create a white background, and you can easily create that from the plugin as well. So if you select this layer, and inside of the plugin, inside of the masking section, you'll find lots of contrast layers you can create to check the mask, and you can always delete those as well. So I'm going to create a white temporary background, and the hair areas are fantastic, but it looks a bit sharp. Can we make it more natural? It looks a bit harsh actually. So Let's select the mask. Photoshop's newer technology for selecting hair has been incredible, so why not try that? Let's select a mask, select any of the selection tools, and at the top you'll see Select and Mask. Click on that. It will open a whole new dialog box where you can do a lot with these selections. You can set the view to maybe on white here and take the opacity all the way to the right hand side. So only the areas that are masked in, only the areas that are selected will show up, and the rest of the areas are going to be white. Now, you can pick the Refine Edge brush tool and just paint over the hair areas carefully. So I'm going to make it slightly smaller. There you go. Just paint over these edges. You can also use edge detection slider, as you can see on the right hand side, but I prefer it this way. Wait for it and have a look. How fantastic. Also, you'll see the edges here may be a bit weird, so you can try edge detection a bit and try to increase that slightly. And oh my gosh, such a massive improvement. Now, you don't want to do it too much, otherwise it starts to seep in. So be careful with that. So maybe I'm going to go, let's go with 56. Why not? That's a good number. Hit OK once you're satisfied. And let's have a look at the mask before and after. So this was before. As you can see, this is very harsh, not as good. And here's the after. So darn cool, so much more natural. Before, after, before, after. So that's how you can improve the masks of green screen or blue screen. Hope that helped. So those were the new few updates and features in PiXimperfect Compositing Plugin. We are always striving to make it better. If you have any ideas, let us know in the comments, or you can always message the support. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in my next one. Till then, stay tuned and make sure that you keep creating.